Alright, hi guys, this is Miss Janae, and today we're going to be working on art with recycled materials. When we were having class, we were talking about form and elements of art, and with form, how to make 3D objects, 3D shapes, things like that. So today what we are going to be using recycled materials like foil and old books or any kind of paper that you have around your house to make origami. And the easiest origami to start with is a paper crane, so we'll be making that today. A couple things to show you. When you're making your cranes, no matter what kind of paper you use, you can design them, you can draw on top of them. You could color the paper first and then fold it. That way you get lots of different colors and images and designs on your origami. If you use recycled materials, maybe you have an old book that you don't really care about anymore, you can make little pieces of origami out of that. If you have string, you can connect your origami, you can hang it around your room, you can hang it around your house, and the more cranes you make, the better, so just have fun with it today. I'm going to make a video for you guys showing you step by step how to make it, and yeah, just try to make something every day, even if it's just a drawing or something as simple as origami. So, okay, thanks guys. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do with your paper is make it into a square instead of a rectangle. So the way you do that is you take your paper, you fold one side over to the other to make a triangle, and then you'll have this little skinny rectangle that you're going to be cutting off. So you cut it off. Once you do that, you have a square, and you're going to need a square to make all of your paper cranes. So you take that square, fold it in half to make a triangle. Take one corner and push it over to the other side, and then fold it to find the middle of that triangle. Then you're going to open it up, and there's going to be these little pockets. You want to open up the pocket, and when you're making the pocket, it should look like a square when you squish it down. It'll look like a little square with a line in the middle. So you'll have a little square and then a triangle on top. Flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you open the pocket, open it up, make sure your paper stays in that little square shape, and just collapse the little pocket until it also turns into a square. Okay, so now you're going to have folded paper looks like a square. It's going to be open on one side, it's closed on the other side. So keep the closed part at the top when you start to build this. Start with the left corner of the first little flap paper, fold it over, take another little corner, and you're folding to the middle, so make sure you're kind of making a kite shape. So you have these skinny little triangles and then a big triangle at the top, so it looks like a kite. You should see the square on the back, so you're going to flip it over. Do the same thing on the back. So take one corner, fold it over until the edge touches the middle. Then fold the second one over, so you're making a kite shape on the front and the back. So it should look like a little paper kite. Okay, still closed at the top, still open at the bottom. Now what you're going to do, you're going to fold that top triangle over to make a crease. And you want to push really hard. Make sure that you can see that crease later because you're going to need it. So fold it back up. Now you have your little kite again. You're going to open up the flaps. So it's kind of like you're redoing your work, but you're not. And you're opening up a new little pocket. And that new little pocket is going to be a little bit tricky. At first it's going to look like it might rip the paper, or it's going to look like it's not going to fold flat. So just kind of use your fingers, push it around until you get a diamond shape. Make sure you crease it really well. Make sure that you have nice, neat, even edges. All right, once you've done that, flip it over. Do the same thing to the pocket on the other side. So take your top triangle, fold it down, make your crease, push really hard on that, there we go. Okay, open it up, find that little pocket. And maybe push your fingers into the corners, because sometimes the corners don't want to open very easily. Again, just kind of mess with it. If something is stuck, carefully push on it so you won't rip the paper, and fold that down into your diamond shape as well. If you see that some of the paper is like a little uneven, you can fix it at this time. That way the wings and the face of your crane will be nice and neat. Okay, all right, good. So inside you should see like one little triangle left, and there should be little legs at the bottom, okay? If you don't have those little legs, you have to undo it and fold it again. Okay, now you're gonna take one of the little legs, fold it into the center. So you're kind of like making that kite shape again, but it might look like a little arrow instead. Do the same thing to both sides. You'll start to see a little arrow or a little diamond shape emerge. Look at your outer edges, flip it over, do the same thing on the back. So fold towards the center to make your arrow shape. All right, you're almost done. So you still have your little legs at the bottom. It's close to the top. Now you're going to fold the whole thing in half. So you take one side, take the right side, fold it over to the left, and smooth it out. Flip the whole thing over. Take the right side again and fold it to the left. Smooth it down, and you should get something that kind of looks like a fox face. It looks like two little ears at the top and a long, skinny face. Pick up one of the flaps and fold it upwards towards those little ears. So it looks like you have 3 little ears. Flip it over again and do the same thing. So take that little triangle, flip it all the way up to where it touches the ears. So now you have something that looks kind of like a boat or kind of like a diamond. And in the middle, you're gonna see a little X. So fold the X in half. And by this time you should see the wings and the head start to appear on your crane. So you can choose where you want the head to go. It doesn't really matter, but one of those skinny pieces will eventually become the head. So right now I'm just folding down the wings, and then I'm gonna choose which one's gonna look the best for the head. If you have a really crinkled piece, sometimes that looks better for a head because it can look like a beak. And you can fold it in half to kind of keep it in place while you're working with that. Okay, and the last part is opening it up. So you're gonna pull on your wings and a little box is gonna appear. There's also a little hole on the bottom. If you want to, you can blow air into that hole. It'll open it up a little bit more for you, or you can just pull on the wings either way. And there you have it, you have a crane. Now make a bunch of them. So thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What I want you to do this week is look around your house, find any kind of materials that you can, and try to make at least 1 or 2 little cranes. If you want to color them, that's great. If you want to make them out of found materials, like maybe you found something outside, maybe you made it out of a natural material, I don't know. It's up to you. But I want you to make a crane, take a picture of it, and send it to us somehow, either on our Facebook, or you can email it to us, just so we can kind of see what you made and we can share with the group. So I miss you guys, and hopefully we'll be back soon.